All right, so our topic today is the Apc Muslim Muslim ticket 2027 election. And I would love to start with you, sir. So what is your thought on this? Do you think it's the right way to go for our dear nation, Nigeria, having the Muslim Muslim ticket, even if it is not the APC party, if it is another party? All right, because I believe other parties like the ADC, NDC, they have, for example, you have Obi and Kwankwaso. Obi is a Christian, Kwankwaso is a Muslim. So do you think that that is the right way to go for a nation like Nigeria, having a Muslim Muslim ticket where it is not only the Muslim that you have in the nation?
All right, thank you, Dr. Opako. And then this is a very sensitive topic that we need to address precisely. First of all, I want to start by condemning the thought that gave birth to that action.
All right.
That was very exclusive.
All right.
All right. You excluded the church. You excluded Christianity in the executive arm of the government.
Okay.
I see some folk that say, after all, the president's wife is a Christian. I don't get that. Does the president's wife sit in the Federal Executive Council meeting? I don't just get that. Does the Constitution recognize the office of the First Lady? Now, the truth of the matter is that right now that we are pushing for all-inclusive governance, right? We want to involve the women in governance. We want to involve the youth in governance. In fact, the House of Reps have been pushing, so that we can have some special seats. So, since most of our women, don't find it easy to contest and win.
Okay.
So they want to say, okay, how can we really carry them along?
All right.
So we are pushing to make sure that there's a representation of every segment of this nation, all right, in policy making.
Okay, yes.
Now, on this table, you want to take away the church, which is like 180 million people by demographic research organizations.
All right, sir.
Like Afrobarometer.
Yes, exactly.
Said we have 180 million Nigerians and 105 million Muslims. And then you look around, you couldn't find one Christian. I mean, when people could say maybe it is a thought because of the liberality of the Yoruba people, because they have religious tolerance. But ask a question: why did allegedly the sitting president right now refuse to be the vice president of Muhammadu Buhari? It took Buhari many months before he could bring out Yemi Osibanjo, which we heard that was appointed by the governor, by the sitting president. So he himself knew. He himself spoke against Muslim ticket. So how come in your time, in your season, you are forcing Muslim ticket on our throat? We thought the first time was an error.
Okay.
But error repeating 2 times is intentional.
Okay.
We condemn it.
All right, please. All right. Thank you, Dr. Kocha. I would love to ask our executive producer, Dr. Ego. Sir, do you think the church leaders, the Christian leaders in Nigeria are actually doing so well for the body of Christ? Because I believe the body of Christ are not novice, they are not illiterate, they are real people living in Nigeria, involved in the economy of Nigeria. Sir, do you think our leaders are really doing well, from CAN, PFM, and any other Christian body that represent the Christian community in Nigeria, sir?
Well, thank you for that very question, but I would like to start in this way.
Yes.
What we have as a point of discussion is a strong attempt to undermine and relegate the church to the background by the APC
party. Yes, sir.
It is very much unfair and very unacceptable in a country like Nigeria for you to have a Muslim to Muslim ticket coming up. You've done this before and the church did not say anything. The church did not do anything. And perhaps you think you can still come up at this time and do the same thing and it will be accepted. Now, I just want to make it clear that what APC party has just done is to ask the Christian body simply not to vote the APC candidate.
Wow.
I want to say that I want to be very precise and deliberate about that. And talking about the church leadership, it's unfortunate the church has no voice.
Wow.
It's unfortunate the church has no voice. We don't have anyone speaking for the church. Those of them who are at the ends of affairs,
yes, sir,
are not really representing the voice of the people. And we are trusting God by the special grace of God that the church will come up with a voice.
Yes,
thank you.
All right, sir. Okay, sir, sir, please, I still want to take you again. I remember some years behind when we have, during the administration of the then President Jonathan, Goodluck Jonathan, the senior pastor of the then Lateran Church, now the Citadel, community, was on the forefront of activism and campaigns. I still remember vividly, Jota. But how come suddenly, such voices have relented? Is it that they are old, or they do not have strength for activism again, or something has went under the table and they are afraid of their lives? Sir, do you think that's the challenge? That's why
yeah, I wouldn't want to speak evil of our fathers.
Okay, please.
Because it's not acceptable.
Okay, please.
In the doctrine of the church.
Okay, please.
However, like I said, we don't have a very good representation.
Okay, please.
At the helm of affairs.
Okay.
However, those of them who came out at that time,
yes, sir,
to speak up would have done so probably because they were partisan,
okay,
number one,
okay,
or they were looking for the interest of the masses,
okay,
which I believe as at that time were having major issues,
okay, sir,
of concerning the nation.
Yes, please.
However, whatever has made them not to speak up at this time, one wouldn't tell.
Okay, sir.
But what I know is that the church needs a voice.
All right, sir.
The church is not fully represented in the government.
All right, sir. Dr. Kocha, please, I'll come back to you. Are we going to say that INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission, the INEC, which statutory role is to get candidates for whatever office that they are going for as an elected office holder, are we going to say that they are not really doing their job? Because I believe INEC has a constitutional role that has established them to be able to say, okay, as a body for election, it is not proper that a party is only presenting a Muslim ticket. What is your thought on that, sir?
Anyway, it's not within the table of the INEC.
Okay.
The INEC will only look at the people you give them and screen them, character-wise.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
You see, we're having this religious conversation because of the nature of Nigeria.
All right.
By right, religion and governance, competence, credibility, shouldn't marry.
Okay.
But because we have refused to outgrow certain things, can you imagine the governor of Bauchi State?
Yeah.
In this 21st century, people are thinking of how to build houses in the moon. What he is fighting is how to start teaching Nigerians how to bring into our curriculum Islamic education. What am I going to with Islamic education? Arabic education.
Yeah.
Rather, Arabic education.
Yeah.
Is that the language of the AI? So when you see the retardedness of the people who are dealing with mentally, and then you know that every step they are making, there's a reason why they are making it. You just have to chase them to go that direction.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Okay, yes.
I have been a fan that anyone that is mature, who has what it takes, can lead Nigeria.
Yes, exactly.
But the people who are dealing with,
yes, please,
their motives are always ulterior. So for that reason, you have to checkmate their SSCs.
Okay,
are you getting me?
Okay,
so it's not within INEC.
Yes, please.
It should be the party. Party do have their their manifesto. Do you understand me?
Yes,
INEC has to screen what the constitution want them to screen. It's not religion.
Okay.
All right. It's character. Is he a criminal?
Okay. But sir, I think I also want to ask this question. Do you think INEC is compromising? Because I know for you to come out and say you are going for a presidential election, INEC gives a certain amount of funds or payment that you have to make for you to get your form. Do you think that is proper? Because when you look at the amount of money you have to pay to get that form, and it's so outrageous, do you think that's the reason why INEC do not have the boldness and the authority to address this Muslim ticket model of election? What do you think on that?
If it's my question, I will tell you that.
No, yes, I'm throwing it to you,
well,
sir.
it is those things are party issues.
All right.
The monies people pay to get nomination
forms, exactly,
all right, and all of that, they are monies that the party will take. Party use the money to run their party. That's why you see it's not constant.
All right.
APC could be collecting 100 million,
all right,
for presidential ticket. You see another party collecting 5 million.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Okay.
So that one is a party issue.
All right.
But I think also INEC should tell party there should be a benchmark, because if you don't watch these things are breeding corruption. Do you understand me?
Of course.
So they should also give a benchmark to regulate everything that has to do with the election. That's my submission to that.
So the People's Voice newspaper as a media, organization, we are trying to, sensitize the government, the organization that is in charge of election, and the good people of Nigeria. So I'm going to throw this question to Reverend Jonathan Bao. Reverend Jonathan Bao, do you think the Christian body in Nigeria, like CAN, like PFM, do you think they are actually, playing out their role? Because I believe that the Christian Association of Nigeria is a body of integrity. But how come do you have such our leaders that are close to government, working with government? For example, the Lagos State CAN chairman works as the chaplain of the Aso Villa, all right, and is close to government, is close to the presidency, is close to the wife of the president, and it's not telling them the truth. Do you think the Christian body is actually doing so well? Because I believe when we are close to governance, we should be able to tell them the truth, advocate the truth, and counsel them the truth, so that they can, they can do what is right with their conscience. What do you think, sir?
Thank you so much, Dr. Emmanuel.
Yes, please.
For that question. I don't really appreciate the word are they doing well?
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, they're doing absolutely nothing.
So that means CAN PFM is doing nothing, and they have failed.
As far as I am concerned, apart from the prayers they've been organizing, the fasting, there's a place for prayer and there's a place for action.
Of course, yes.
I believe in the formula pray, plan, and act.
Okay.
I was watching a video yesterday, of Israeli army. I think those who were recruited and were passing out.
Yes, please.
They gave them gun and they gave them their holy book. I don't know what they call it.
Okay.
Torah.
Torah.
Yeah, they handed gun to them and they
gave them
handed
the Torah.
The Torah. And what does that mean?
Yes.
These are people that God has direct promise with. These are people that they are directly the apple of God's eye in literal form. But yet they are not relying on prayer alone. We are not saying prayer it should be discounted in any way. But then there are things you don't expect God to come down to do for you. And that is why God gave you brain.
Yes,
you use your head to do what He should be doing here.
Yes,
now, the church is just praying. The CAN, is made up of 5 blocks, including PFN.
Yes,
PFN is just a block.
Yes, please, of course.
So CAN is supposed to be a pressure group. I believe we know what a pressure group
is.
Yeah, supposed to be a pressure group. Pressurize the government to do the right thing. But apparently, the CAN, inclusive of the other 5 blocks, are doing nothing.
Okay, sir. Sorry, Reverend Jonathan. Will you say it is I call it as a media personnel, will you say it is the ongoing strike syndrome that is making some of the CAN officials close to government not to be able to serve as a pressure, activator? Is that your thoughts?
If you allow me, I will get to that.
Okay.
This question you asked is actually in my mind.
Okay.
To talk about that.
All right,
They're supposed to be a pressure group and they're doing nothing. Yes, you are right. Based on your question, which is an observation.
Yes.
How do you reconcile this? That CAN chairman is national chaplain. How do you reconcile that? When a CAN chairman is directly serving under the president,
it's a shame.
where will he have the voice to talk? He that blows how did he put it? You know,
the proverb, he that
piper,
blows
the tells the tone.
Tune.
So, I mean,
Shame.
why should a chairman of CAN reduce himself to becoming
The chaplain.
national chaplain? So you should be expecting compromise. You should be expecting sellout. That you should expect. Now, coming to your question proper.
Yes, sir.
You see, we are playing in this country. We are joking. I mean, I'm talking about the Christians.
Okay.
We are joking. We are not serious at all. And we think the Muslims, you know, they are dummies. We think we think that they are thinking that it's business as usual. It's not business as usual. And they show it to us by their intent and by their actions. They show it to us that it's not business as usual. But then, you know, we are still sleeping. Why do I say this?
All right.
When Abiola came up with Muslim ticket,
Yes.
nobody said anything about it. I want to assume it was, it was so because we wanted to have a civilian government. We're tired of military rule.
Then, yes, sir.
You know, and then that passed. Do you know that during Abdul Salam Abubakar, that was when Islam, should I say Islam doctrine, or they talk about Islam is inculcated in our constitution.
Yes.
Nobody talk about that. Abdul Salam Abubakar brought it in, a military man. He was, he is a Muslim. He brought it in. Christian did not talk. Khan has been there.
Okay.
Tinubu and Shetima,
Okay.
they came with the idea of Muslim ticket. Their first tenure.
Yes.
We can't call this a mistake. It's an intentional thing. But I try to give, you know, I try to give Tinubu the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
And probably because of his background. Coming from the western part of this country, you know, knowing their mentality here religiously,
Yes.
you know, they are not fanatics like the people in the far north. You know, a Muslim can marry a Christian here and there will be no problem. There will be understanding.
Okay.
You know, a Muslim can decide to be a Christian here and nothing will happen to him. Unlike the north, you dare not, you know, do that in the north. You know, they tolerate. Okay. And so probably, you know, I was thinking that, okay, maybe he came up with this idea because of his background. But then, on the other hand, I found that for a man to think like that, it means he doesn't know Nigeria. And you want to be a president. You should know that what works in the West does not work in the North. It does not work in the Northeast, does not work in the Middle Belt, does not work. And in fact, in the Middle Belt, we take that very serious. Anything religious, we're serious about it. You know, we understand these people, because when you give them a man, they're going to take 1,000 man.
All right,
we understand them. Now,
right,
so you see, having this, the Christian body never did anything serious about it. Now they came up with the same idea.
Okay.
Tinubu came up with the same idea again. A Muslim ticket, which is a clear indication that let the church go to hell, excuse me, you know, for that.
Yes,
word.
exactly.
It's a slap on our face.
Okay.
And as I'm talking to you right now, nobody is saying anything about it.
Okay.
This is a serious thing. Now, talking about what do you call this one? Bakari.
Yes, exactly.
You know, I understand doctor was trying to be diplomatic. A father who show irresponsibility, we should say it the way it is. As far as I am concerned, you know, what you could do yesterday, you should be able to do more today. If you know, I don't want to agree with doctor made a statement. He said that the problem then during Goodluck Jonathan was so much. Is there any problem that is as much as even a quarter of what we are going through today? I'm not talking about economically. The problem with Goodluck Jonathan. You know,
maybe you didn't get it.
Grasp.
Maybe you didn't get it. We're not interjecting. But you didn't get
If I will take words from
Yes.
I said whatever concern they had then was the issue. However, at this point in time,
Yes,
and
please.
where we have prevalent situations
yes.
that require urgent and
Attention, yes, sir.
attention.
Yes, sir.
They should do more. However, you understand,
Yes,
I made a quote.
Yes.
The Bible said we should not speak evil of our leaders.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And I wouldn't want to start calling
Yes,
them
names,
names and start
exactly,
saying
yes.
anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I have a very good
Yes,
foundation
yes,
by
yes.
the special grace of God.
Yes, sir.
But now this is the time for Christian leaders to rise up
Yes, sir.
and say no.
Okay.
What happened before should not be allowed to happen again. Like I said, is a deliberate attempt to undermine and relegate the church to the background. The church must have a full representation
in government. Yes, sir. Okay, Dr. Okocha, Reverend Jonathan, sorry, Dr. Okocha, the last time I was in Faraway, Ghana, and I saw some of the elders of the faith having a forum, and I saw you in that image. Yeah. I saw the Prophet Elboba in that image. I remember very closely now Bishop of Mobode in that image. And yes. Now, do you think that these fathers of faith, they are still alive, they are not dead yet? Don't you think they should come up and be able to speak? Because I remember recently, 2 weeks ago, Apostle Johnson Suleiman was telling the public to calm down and take it easy on Papa Ayo, because they felt like in his time when he was working as the president of CAN, when Goodluck Jonathan was the president, that they used his jet to carry some of the things in and that was used to fly out of Nigeria. And them being a Christian and a religious leader, his jet shouldn't be involved in such an activity, and they were trying to criticize him. And that was why Apostle Suleiman was saying that people should take it easy on him and not be harsh in trying to criticize him. But you are here as an activist, as a Christian leader, as a campaigner, and also a voice of the people in our nation presently. Don't you think that our Christian leaders and elder statesmen who are still alive should come together and come as a voice and speak for the entire Christian body in Nigeria?
Dr. Bako, thank God, thank you for this question, but I want to debase your thought from something.
Okay.
This responsibility,
yes,
I want to saddle it on Dr. Eko. The responsibility of speaking.
Okay.
I want to saddle it on Pastor Jonathan.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Okay.
I want to saddle it on men of God in my circle and in my age.
Okay.
You know why?
Okay.
The men you are talking about, they have done their bit.
That's a serious.
I'm going. Yes, they have done their bit. They have done their best, and their bit and their best could not fix our problem.
Okay, are we going to say
no, I'm coming. No, they're not old.
We are no longer depend
on them. That's what I'm going. Yes. They are not old.
They are not old.
If that meeting you saw us, these were few of them.
The Muslim ticket.
The few of them that believe that Christians have not been treated justly. If you ask me, the best CAN president we ever had in this Nigeria is Pastor Yorisa Jaffa. The best, and he will remain the best. This is a man that goes, do you know that CAN of today is now the fourth arm of the government? Every government in power, they will dance to their tune. What have you ever seen CAN come against and say, government, you not do well here, you not talk well here? Anything? Nothing. So what I'm trying to tell you is that it is good they come together to speak. But also, we should remove our mind that salvation will come from them. We should carry this, mantle right now. Our destiny is in our hand. I want to ask Dr. a question. Doctor, 8 years ago, Buhari was president.
Yeah.
Now, if Tinubu would do another 8 years, that's 16 years.
16 years.
Now, that's south. You know that power should return from there, go to the north. Do you think that the north will present a Christian?
Well, though you are not the moderator,
I'm asking.
I want to answer your question.
It's an interaction.
It's an interaction. We are in the discussion.
Yes.
To me, there's no way, just like Reverend Jonathan said, there is no way the North will accept a Christian ticket.
Even a Christian Muslim.
That's what he said.
If the president This APC, do you think their next presidential candidates after Tinubu from the north will be a Christian?
What is happening now is giving them the authority, the power,
Yes.
and the impunity to do otherwise. So in time to come, it's going to be all round Muslim to Muslim ticket.
So I want it to come from somebody else.
Okay, now.
That means 24 years
running.
will run.
The church will be
The
relegated.
church will be relegated.
Hey, that's dangerous.
So tell me why we should not rise and speak against it.
That's okay. Now, I want to ask. All right, Dr. Kocha, as we bring this discussion to a close, the Muslim ticket 2027, and the people are in a very high expectation for the 2027 coming election. Don't you think that we should have organizations that should be able to say the Christian body or the election should be mutual? Christian Muslim, ticket, or Muslim Christian ticket, not just Muslim ticket, election 2027. What do you think on this, sir?
Well, you have Murik.
Yeah.
That Sarah we are talking about, these organizations.
Yes, please.
What is their strength? These are organizations registered to serve like a civil society organization.
Yes, please.
All right, checkmating certain things.
Yes, please.
Now, you don't expect them to be speaking for the church. Even though when they speak neutrality, you don't expect enforcement because they lack the capacity to enforce. If Sarah comes right now and suggests something to government, government don't do it, and they want to go to protest, how many people do you think belong to that organization? Now, this is why the government is careful about civil society organizations, because it's the people. Labor union is the people. Like Dr. Jonathan said, the CAN supposed to be a pressure group.
Yes, of course.
You know why? What gave birth to the CAN in 1976? Do you know, even when the new national anthem came, it was the church that the government used. Government was using this CAN to pass their message, to reach out to the people. That's supposed to be a vehicle to tell the mind of the church to government and tell the mind of the government. It should be interfacing, not to be focused to one side. We are saying it straightly without any form of ambiguity that Christian Association of Nigeria has not done well. They have failed the church, and they just have to go back from where they have fallen and retrace the step and become a voice for the church, not a voice for the pocket.
Okay, sir. Reverend Jonathan Bao, what is your thought as we bring this talk show to a close? Should we have new Christian civil-based organization that will be able to defend the Christian community, the Christian publics in Nigeria? What is your thought, sir?
Thank you so much for that question.
Yes, please.
You can never change the color or the skin of a leopard. You can.
That's a deep proverb.
You can come up with different names, with different ideology. It will not work. Why? Because those organizations are made up of the society.
Okay.
So we are the product of whatever organization we have. CAN is made up of people who came from this society. So what we need is a church that has the right mentality, who understand who they are. We're given power to dominate. But instead, the Muslims are the one dominating. I want you to take note of something.
Yes, please.
Islam is a religion that is a religion of politics. There's politics and religion in it. There are two things, they work together.
Islam?
Islam. Is a religious and political organization. And that is why wherever they come to, they try to dominate. They want to take over. So they understand the language of dominion. We don't understand it at all. And that is why we're domiciled. Let me tell you.
They understand dominion, but we Christian, we are domiciled.
We are domiciled.
Hey!
And that word dominion is supposed to be who we are. That should be our mentality. And it's unfortunate that the church is being carried away by material things. Myself and Dr. Okocha, we had the opportunity to make billions if possible.
It's true.
Yes, from
That's true.
Buhari.
That's true.
In the night, through my friend, he was linked to a friend, a retired general, a friend to late Buhari.
Yeah.
That night that he called me, the man called him and said that he should go to Aso Rock. Let him go and name his price. Then we were running him off. He called me in the night I was sleeping. I told him as a man of God, if we collect this money, I said, one, they will lynch us. If they stone us, we thank God. They will lynch us. Number two, the blood of people who are dying every day will be on our neck. As a man of God, don't go. If we can have leaders like that, I would rather be in my hut than to be at Aso Villa. I would rather be in my church pastoring 20 people and be able to speak than to be a chaplain, national chaplain. I would rather be that. I would rather walk on foot preaching the word and telling the truth to the people than to have what do you call them now? Those jeep,
the Prado Jeeps and the likes,
CRVs, than to have all that. I would rather walk on foot. You see, it's all about money, about material things, about position in life. And that is why the church is being sold out.
Okay, now, as we bring this discussion to a close on the current affairs segment of the People's Voice newspaper, and I want to ask executive producer this last question. Sir, what is your advice to the Christian leaders to speaking the truth to power?
Well, let me come by what Reverend Jonathan said. I think we are having a misconstruction of right orientation in the church.
Okay.
What do I mean by that?
Okay.
He made mention about Islam being political.
Yes,
But of course, the church ought to also be political.
yes, please.
There is no way you can exempt or separate religion from politics.
Yes, absolutely.
It can never be done. So anyone saying religion should be set apart, it can never happen. The fact is that the church needs to have the right orientation.
Yes.
Okay.
And what is the right orientation is very, very clear and inscribed in the Bible.
Yes,
It said, "For the government shall be upon our shoulders."
Okay.
So the church should have political orientation and should be ready to take their place and have a voice. All I will say to the church needs to come up
Yes, sir.
and defend herself. Thank you.
All right, viewers, thank you for being part of today's episode of the People's Voice newspaper, the current affairs segment. Thank you for always joining us. We want to tell you to always like, comment, and share, and follow us on facebook.com/the People's Voice newspaper. Thank you for being part of this episode and have a wonderful week. Till we'll see you again. Enjoy your day.